Hey, what's up guys, John here. Millions of Americans are now selling off their stocks.
Growing cohort of billionaires and CEOs are unloading stock and at an increasing pace.
America's top billionaires selling over $9 billion worth of stock just this year.
They are selling off their 401ks.
More Americans are dipping into their 401k retirement funds right now to help pay their everyday bills.
A growing number of Americans are dipping into their retirement fund nest eggs to help pay bills.
Retirees are panicking, looking at this future, realizing that their entire lives they anticipated for a 2 to 3% inflation rate, and they're looking around at their insurance bills on their homes, their cars. They're looking at property taxes. They are looking at all their costs saying, what am I going to do? Well, many people are now predicting we're going to see tens of millions of homes listed for sale from retirees due to elevated mortgage rates. They cannot afford to borrow against their properties. They don't qualify. They can't make the payments. They're going to be forced to sell in 2024 and 2025. So if you're a renter and you're thinking about buying real estate, you might want to hold off just for a little bit. I think you're going to see a lot of new inventory hit the market, and supply and demand are going to dictate price. As more inventory hits the market, more sellers will be competing over a smaller pool of buyers that can afford to buy. Big opportunity is going to be coming in the next year or so in the real estate market. I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to show you the facts to help you and position you for what I think is going to be the greatest wealth transfer in American history. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. YouTube will share this content to educate other people about what's really going on. And if you'd like to fix your credit, we'd love to help you at my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, any negative item on your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com. Click the link in the description below this video to schedule a free strategy session. See how we can help you. Take a look at this. More Americans are yanking money from their 401k plans to pay the bills. This came out yesterday, right? So they go on to say that as this era, savings shrink, more and more consumers are turning to a costlier way to borrow. Credit cards. Despite a record high rate, credit card balances have swelled $148 billion over the past year to $1,080 billion, according to the Fed. The same report also found the share of households newly delinquent on credit cards the highest level in 12 years. Others are leaning on other retirement accounts for cash. Bank of America said the number of 401k participants taking hardship distributions increased 27% from the first quarter of the year. The average household amount pulling out was $5,070. Bank of America Client Employee Benefit Program are comprised of more than 4 million plan participants. The bank found that 0.59% of 401k participants took a hardship distribution last quarter, up from 0.52% in the second quarter and 0.49% the year before. According to the IRS, for the distribution of the 401k plan to be considered a hardship, it must be made because of an immediate and heavy financial need and limited to the amount necessary to satisfy the financial needs. The 401k participant gets taxed on this cash withdrawal. It is subject to income tax, and the money is not paid back into the account. So you're already seeing the 401k problem start to happen. You're seeing hardship beginning to squeeze retirees. 401k withdrawals are surging. But look at this. What they're saying here is amid rising inflation, 61% of Americans who paid a bill late in the past 6 months say they couldn't afford it. 61% of Americans could not afford it. For context, there's 205 million Americans over the age of 18 years old, right? So you're looking at maybe 120 million, 130 million Americans that paid a bill late the last 6 months, right? What many people don't realize is one late payment can drop your credit score upwards of 180 points. 180 points. You can go from having an 800 credit score to being in the mid sixes over one late payment. On average, what we're seeing between 80 and 100 points is the average. But I mean, it's dramatic. It is dramatic to your credit report. And so when you have over 100 plus million Americans that missed a payment, you have to imagine a lot of these people are going to be having a much harder time when they want to invest in real estate, when they see this wave of opportunity coming. So look, why retirees are expected to sell their homes in these 10 cities. Now look at this article. This is very fascinating because it paints a very clear picture of what's happening in the housing market that you're not going to get anywhere else. So housing prices are due for a fall starting 2024. Analyst Meredith Whitney is known for calling or anticipated the 2008 financial crisis. Now she is predicting that the housing market is due for some dramatic changes starting in 2024. Prices will start to go down and supply of homes for sale will go up, she said yesterday, reversing current dynamics that made the home buying process difficult for many Americans. The reason, a silver tsunami of baby boomers who are expected to start to downsize. Citing AARP estimates, Whitney says that 51% of people over the age of 50, a group that owns more than 70% of homes, 70% of homes in America are set to downsize to smaller homes that would bring more than 30 million housing units on the market. 30 million. Now, I made a prediction. This was 3 months ago, saying 20 million homes to flood the housing market. And my prediction was retirees are going to be the ones that are going to open up this housing market, and we're going to see prices really come down. At the time, many people thought that that was, dramatic, and I was saying that just for views. No, I really believe that. I really do believe that. 30 million is what she's predicting, so maybe I underestimated it. I guess we'll see. You'll see a supply-demand dynamic shift. Whitney Founder, the CEO of Whitney Advisory Group, told Yahoo Finance. Whitney sees this shift beginning late next year into 2025 and said it's a multi-decade cycle. Americans are sitting on a tremendous amount of equity in their homes. It's a question when they tap into it. So let's look at this. When we look at now, half of boomers and late Gen Xers who took early retirement during the first wave have fallen into poverty. Now, let's say, for example, the average home in America, it's $410,600 is the average home, right? So with an 8% mortgage rate and a 6% down payment, $24,000 down, and then you have, very low property taxes or property insurance here, only about $100 a month, $110 a month, right? So when you're looking at this, this is a very low figure for this payment on an 8% 30-year fixed rate mortgage, $4,032 a month. $4,000 a month. You could rent an apartment right now for $1,372 according to Apartment List as the average, right? This came out about a month ago. They're saying the average national rent in the United States is $1,372. So who is going to, if you probably could rent a single family home for, call it $2,000 or $2,200, right, with a nice yard, who would opt in to putting $22,000, $24,000 to work, investing in this property to then pay double, right? Then being responsible for insurance, responsible for taxes, right? What's going to happen is we are going to see home inventory continue to rise. Look at this trend here from June to July to August, September, October. As we're walking into the holidays, as we're walking into the winter months, inventory is increasing. When have we ever seen that before, right? It's increasing because sellers are being pushed to the edge. Now wait until we start to see this dynamic, this shift happen in the real estate market. It's going to be unbelievable. We're going to see home prices come down dramatically. It wouldn't surprise me for that $400,000 home to go to $300,000 and maybe $3,000 a month, maybe go to $250,000. Because what we're going to start to see here is these retirees, a lot of them have no mortgage. They have no mortgage. Now you might say, well, if they have no mortgage, John, why would they sell? They're not in a desperate situation. Many retirees, they need access to money. They're looking at the future, the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, saying, you know what? What happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? I need to have my retirement secure. And what they're looking for is that security in the form of cash. They want to make sure they have money, right? So we're going to start to see a lot of people being forced to sell properties. With so many Americans, so many older Americans sitting on all that cash, when they look to downsize, they are unlikely to be affected much by higher mortgage rates of around 8%. I think it's the rate, it's agnostic because older people have lower mortgages, if any at all. But she said there's a risk associated with that shift. There may not be enough younger buyers and sellers may just decide to sell at lower prices so they can pocket their gains. That's why home prices have got to come down to commensurate with rates. Whitney also shared some of her thoughts on Tuesday about a banking system, another subject that she knows well. Of other capital requirements recently imposed by the Federal Reserve and other regulators, she said there's a lot wrong with it. Whitney argued that the new rules will force consumer lending out of traditional banks into unregulated areas and hurt overall credit availability. And I've also predicted this. We're going to start seeing credit conditions tighten dramatically over the next couple of years. 2 years ago, if your credit score is a 580 or 600, it really didn't matter. You're borrowing money at 3.5%. It was very easy to get money. Now banks are tightening up, and if your credit score is not buttoned up, you don't have the income, you don't have everything in line, banks are going to look at that individual as high risk. And because of it, it's going to be much harder to get a loan. Right? They're sitting on a lot of losses, commercial real estate, even a lot of residential real estate loans, a lot of auto loans, credit cards. One investment after the next that they've made into this economy over the last 5 years has turned south. And now these banks are looking to shed a lot of that risk and be really conservative going forward. Banks have made similar arguments and are fighting the proposal. It seems absolutely ham-fisted, and if they focus on protecting the system, protecting the U.S. consumer, this is not the way to go about it. What she worries most about is what communities that will be deprived of the access to credit. I think that's what regulators should focus on. You know, when you're looking at this situation, 70% of retirees sitting on properties they probably bought in the 80s, the 70s, 60s, the 90s. You know, they probably bought these homes for $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. Now they're going out into their communities, looking at the homes in the market saying, hey, this increased 300%. It increased 250%, 500%. When they're looking at these price points in their neighborhood, if they have to drop their price from maybe they bought it for $100,000, they have a very, very low base on it, and maybe they sell it for $300, $350, $400. It's not as important compared to someone that bought 4 years ago, 2 years ago, that paid $500 and now they're hoping to get their money out, right? It's a completely different type of mindset. The retiree is looking at the future as a way in which they need to gauge risk. They need to pull some cash into their pocket. That's number one priority, having safety and security in a world that is far from safe and far from secure. What do you think about this entire situation? Do you think we're going to see a wave of home inventory? To me, data is already suggesting inventory is going to continue to rise. And this does not include what's going on with student loans. The student loan crisis is going to likely push a lot more people to a desperate situation where they're going to be forced to sell. So I think we're going to see a lot of opportunity for real estate investing. I think a lot of money is going to be made the next couple of years. I've always had a saying, money is made in the good times, fortunes are made in the bad. Drop below, let's have a conversation about it. And if you'd like to fix your credit to position yourself for the greatest wealth transfer of all time, we'd love to give you a free strategy session in my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, any negative item on your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com, click the link in the description and schedule a free strategy session. See you in the next video.